I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
I've been sad doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode, man. Had a great weekend. Well, not such a great weekend, but it was a good weekend. And we got to talk about some stuff today, obviously. Got to talk about where I'm at. Talk about these Commanders right there. Talk about them Cowboys on the other side of the screen. Got to talk about some other teams, that's playing tonight. And going to talk about some other teams that played yesterday. But before we get started, I got two of my bros with me, man. Excited to be on with these fellas. We got undefeated Bang Bang, 90 game, Davey Dollars, and Mr. You Done Some himself, Tomo. How y'all doing, fellas?
All right. We here. Feel like I just got off the plane, a little jet lag, but that's about it. Like, how y'all doing? Number one defense loading. Get out of here.
I'm doing all right today. Team 3-0, feeling pretty good. Got a chance to go 4-0 next week playing against the Cardinals. But I'm excited to talk about these games from yesterday. There was some surprising games that happened yesterday. Dolphins won by 50. Ridiculous.
I know Jammer got 70 reasons why also had the best show.
There you go.
Could have been 73. That's another reason I'm sad.
Hey, all I know is I got a crazy stat to talk about Tua, and nobody probably is expecting this, but something he did that's pretty amazing. But it's money making Mondays. I'm excited for today. It's going to be a great show. Go ahead and turn me up, Tomo.
Turn me up, 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 up.
Oh, and by the way, thank you to the Silk Curtain.
Whoa. Oh, okay.
Yo, you thought you was about to
appreciate that.
Yeah, played 2 weeks ago. Good shirt, man. Good shirt. But listen, y'all, we're here. We're about to get the show started. But before we do that, make sure y'all like this video on 3 platforms. We are right now streaming this on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So shout out to YouTube. That's where the money resides. Shout out to Tomo for that saying. Right? So make sure y'all share this video on all 3 platforms and follow and subscribe on all 3 platforms if you haven't done it yet. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down throughout the show. Shout out to JMO with a 70-20 victory over the Denver Broncos. All right, with the Dolphins. Yeah, them Dolphins playing right now, right? Looking like the best team in the NFL. I don't know. But shout out to Jim in the comment section. So use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all be putting out throughout the show. We're going to throw them on the screen, as you saw in the beginning of the show. And super chats, they get bumped up to the front. You'll learn more about the super chats in the back end of the show. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, should we get the floor to you, or should we let you got
Man, I'm good, man. That's just the intro, man. I wasn't going to bring the show down, man. Y'all tripping. It's one game. What y'all told me last week when we was on top of the world? It's just week 2. Y'all might want to calm down. So, sometimes you got to get your water balloon busted before you wake up. And that's what happened. But we got to talk about some of these things. It's only week 3, but it feels like the season is almost at like week 8 at the rate the chats be going in, at the rate everyone's just talking about everything. The season's happening fast. Injuries are coming like literally like it's week 8. Insanity. But he was in the chat, he was discussing some things amongst ourselves, and he was like, you know what? About a semi-quarter of the season is almost over. We had our predictions in the all season. We done a lot of panels. We said a lot of things about a lot of teams. So we had to come up here and say, who's the most surprising team so far? And I'm gonna start with you, Dave.
Most surprising team, I'll say the Atlanta Falcons. That's the most surprising team. I didn't expect them to be where they are right now. Shout out to Wifey, by the way. That's her favorite team. If y'all didn't know that. So I'm not. I didn't expect them to be 2-1 right now, but hey, they doing their thing right now out in Atlanta. Shout out to Desmond Ritter, doing his thing out of Texas Tech, and Drake London, Kyle Pitts still, it's Kyle Pitts, but hey, they do what they need to do. Running to get Bijan Robinson look like he's in the line to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. This team is playing better than I thought. I mean, it's only 3 games in the season, but I don't think anyone expecting them to be 2-1 right now. So that's my biggest surprise.
I was gonna say something, and because you said that, you next. No, you next because you said that. Unless you're not finished, Dave.
No, I'm done.
I'm done.
David, looking at the guy right here who caught it. I mean, it's still early. I picked the Falcons to win this division, by the way. Just want people out there to know that. But my most surprised team are the Colts. The Colts, they played a tough week 1 game against the Jaguars. Tough week 1 game. Jaguars could have lost that game, and Jaguars pulled away at the end. And then Richardson turns around, play against the Texans, another rookie, and they put up 30 points on the Texans. That supposed to have this great defense with your boy D'Amico Ryan, right? So, and he got his first dub in week 2. I did not expect that. I thought the Colts would be terrible this year. And then watch the Colts yesterday against the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, with Gardner Minshew as a quarterback, and go out there and win that game in overtime, and how they won that game. So they were my surprise. I did not expect them, especially with the Jonathan Taylor stuff going on. I just felt like the Colts were going to have a bad season this year. And Richardson not being ready for throwing the ball, I just felt it was going to be like a growing season. But so far, I mean, he's been using his legs a lot, and it's been working, So that was my surprise seeing the Colts.
For me, it's the Bears. I'm gonna say the Bears, because of the way they ended the off season. I mean, the regular season last year, you thought they had some high hopes. You seen Justin Fields; he was out there making plays with his leg, and you was like, if we can get some weapons in the offensive line, what this kid can be. And that's just exactly what the GM did. He went and got him a weapon in DJ Moore. He went and added weapons on that offensive line, but yet they're 0-3. They're coming out talking about they don't like the coaching. Technically, the coaching staff is still the same. We don't want to even start with the defensive coordinator and what he got going on. Peanut Tillman, I'm still shocked. But for me, it's the Bears because, again, there were high hopes for Justin Fields as far as just where the next level of his game can go. And so far, 0-3, and it's looking like they're ready to blow the whole team up. DJ Moore on the sideline saying, like, I don't know why they're not using me right. And we clearly seen what happened when they went to Kansas City. We thought, at least in that moment, they wouldn't get blown out. They would at least show up because, you band together. It's supposed to be a band of brothers. And really, they just said bands will make them dance and got lapped up out of Kansas City.
Shout out to Kevo.
Oh, man. Yeah, he did pick them. Yeah. I don't know. He might need to go up there and be an offensive coordinator at this rate.
Nah. No, I don't think so.
Hey, you said Khalil Herbert.
It might be worse. It might be worse.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Eagle ties. We don't want no more Eagle ties in the NFL.
Nah, we done had enough of that.
But since we're going from surprising teams, we got to talk about disappointments. So, again, semi-quarter of the season is almost up. Now, what team has let you down so far, Joe?
All right, so this was a little tough because it's too early to say so because anything could turn around between now and But I would say the Cincinnati Bengals. And now I know that Joe Burrow has his injury. I know that. But they look bad both games. They look bad against Cleveland, of course. they look bad against the Ravens. The score doesn't really tell how bad they look in that game. So I would say the Bengals. I feel like I didn't see the Bengals winning their first two games because they played the Browns, who historically they're not good against, and they played the Ravens, who I picked to win. But I didn't see them looking this horrible. And then Joe Burrow might be on IR due to his calf, even though Dave called it at the beginning of the season. So that's my most disappointing team so far.
So for me, it's the Chargers. I picked this team to come out the gate, go 3-0 with their offense and their new offensive coordinator. And I thought their defense was going to actually live up to match the level of the offense. And so far, every game they've been in has been a shootout. I mean, except for one. With the Dolphins, you kind of expect that. Like, look what the Dolphins are doing. So that game, I'm going to give them that one. But these other two, you go up against the Titans who still trying to figure themselves out. You're thinking about like Tannehill, D-Hop not really getting the passes or the targets that he normally is used to. Let's talk about King Henry. Running backs are really in Cabo San at this point. Not even talking about Zeke. It's just all the running backs look like they're running in Cabo San when it comes to defenses. And
not seeing
the Vikings. All right, you're right. It's different. It's different air in California, And with the Vikings, look at what happened with them on Thursday night against the Eagles and losing offensive linemen left and right and just fighting for their lives to even get out of that game. But yet the Chargers was in another shootout. It came down to a last second I think it was an interception that happened, and for them to win it. So for me, I picked y'all to be number one in the AFC. It could probably still happen. But the start right now is disappointing me. Dave?
For me, it's the Denver Broncos.
Nah, you got a point, though. That's why Kellen Moore went
there. Not more so the team, but their defense. I didn't expect their defense to be this bad.
Me too.
PS2 has gotten cooked the last 2 weeks. I think was it Tyreek had 4 catches on 5 targets for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns on him. That was ridiculous. And then you had the Commanders come up there and put up 35 on that defense. And even though you didn't allow a lot of points in week 1 against the Raiders, I would expect your defense to hold up and allow you to win that game. You are now 0-3 to start the season. And it's not looking any better. You lose by 50 yesterday to the Miami Dolphins, who has the best offense in the league. Clearly, it's without a doubt now. And Tua has done something these first 3 weeks that he also did the last year in the same first 3 weeks. The team started 3-0. He had 8 touchdowns and 2 picks in both seasons, and he also completed 72 passes for 101 attempts in back-to-back years, and they're both 3-0. I don't remember the last time that's happened to anybody. I don't think any quarterback has ever started the season the same way twice in a row. So the Dolphins are something to be messed with, but the Broncos, I expected this defense to be a lot better than what it is. And their defense looks terrible. So that's my disappointment of the season.
I'm with you with that with the Broncos defense. They do look bad. Wasn't expecting that either.
Yeah. No. Like 70 points. 70 points. Like it got to a point where every time you turned on that Dolphins game, they were scoring a touchdown.
The crazy thing is, do you allow 56 to the starters and you allow 14 to the bench? Mike White came in there.
Hey, Jets.
Mike White came in there and put up 2 touchdowns at the end. You had his name is Chosen now. He came in there and got a touchdown on PS2. Like, come on.
And they backup running back had 4 touchdowns, 200 yards. Rushing. The backup running back.
First time, I think this is the second time in NFL history that's ever happened. That someone got two rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns in their very first NFL game.
And crazy thing about it is this is the first time in history. So it's the first time in history. Dude, first time in history where a team had over 300 rushing yards and 300 passing yards in the same game. That's crazy.
Yeah. First time in history.
Rushing yards.
First time in history, 2 teammates had 4 touchdowns each And the Dolphins offense had the most yards in the game in the NFL history, 726 yards.
And both of the first time, only history, the first time 2 running backs had 4 touchdowns.
It's a history report. And Waddle didn't even play.
Exactly. The guy got my fantasy. The guy he could have ran the score up against, and he ain't play that week. Come on, Waddle, man.
Hey,
Waddle your way to the
shout out to Tubby Tua and Raheem Mostert because they are definitely helping me out in the fantasy right now.
Yeah, I got Raheem Mostert on one of mine too.
Yeah, 45 points from him yesterday.
Look, Dave, you are one of the most humblest people out of all of these chats because you know how I just said something about Eagle ties? Bruh, 49er ties. Matter of fact, Joe, Commander ties. Like, this all started with that RG3 coaching staff.
Man, look, when they got Mike McDaniel, y'all watched the show last year, I was like, yo, they're going to turn up. They got Tyreek Hill and Waddle. like you give imagine giving Kyle Shanahan, Tyreek Hill and Waddle. They're going to put up 72.
They could have had him, but they traded for Trey Lance. All right, so let's talk about the shows we got on the network, y'all.
Wow.
I gotta do something, bro. I got to.
Okay.
I got to. You 3-0. 2 more weeks, Dave. It's me and you, man. 2 more weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy. Joe.
Oh, I'm bad. Yeah, I'm over here.
I know. I seen you.
I just got. All right, man. Look, bracing myself for the next topic is all I'm doing. So look, so we got these shows, man. We're not just a show or a podcast. This is a network, R2L network, and we got the R2L show, and we got BWT, Baseball with Teddy. All baseball content goes through Teddy on this show, BWT. He put a public service announcement out there for everybody in the R2L chat. Playoffs are approaching, and he's looking for guests to come on the show to talk about their team. So make sure y'all reach out to Teddy and get that happen, or make that happen. All right. The next show we got is CTC, Carl Talking College. Now, CTC is dope, man. Like, he just had an episode Sunday at 11 a.m., did a recap on last week's game. I mean, a lot of people he picked Oregon to beat Colorado, and everybody was calling him basically,
he didn't believe.
They're about to do something to Carl, right?
Yeah.
People come to his house with shotguns and all kinds of stuff, and they end up losing like he predicted. So Carl knows what he's talking about. All right, so make sure y'all tune in to CTC. His next episode will be airing on Wednesday. All right. So, and lastly, we got FFC, Coach Coons. I'm letting y'all know right now. The next episode I'm gonna drop for this, he's gonna go crazy. All right, he's gonna go crazy, especially after happening this week. Sean Payton, Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, I feel bad for you right now. Justin Fields, I feel bad for you right now, right? So he should be coming out with a show after either tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening after the Monday game to give a recap fantasy-wise on this week 3 that we just had. All right? And that's it. They're all your shows. Make sure y'all tune into them. Tomo, floor is yours again.
Now, should we save the best for last or should we just go right into it?
The best. What's the best for last?
Into it.
We're going to go right into it. All right. So there's a thing about, dining and dashing. I don't know if anybody up here has ever participated in that. There may be a few people that's watching, probably did. But Sunday, it seems like Josh Allen and them, they said, you know what? We're going to go down to the Commander Stadium. We're going to order some food, and we're going to run out on that bill. Because that's exactly what they did. They ran out on the bill. They ran out on the field. They ran out on Sam. They had green eggs and ham in the car, very far. And we're going to talk about the star in the next block. But, Joe, this is your team. Left hand up. Look, everybody had the names for them and all that, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's your reaction to this game?
Man, listen. Did I expect us to win? I wanted us to win. Now, I'm not going to expect a loss because that's my squad. I think of the best of the situation. But I saw a loss coming. But did I see 37-3? I did not see that.
Stop the cap.
Did I see Sam Howell throwing 4 interceptions? Good thing you hear that. Did I see Sam Howell throwing 4 interceptions? I did not see that.
Stop the cap.
I'm not capping. Tell you the truth. So, in the midst of my non-capping, when I rewatched this game, right, I wanted to see, okay, how did everything unfold? When you're watching the game live, you're into emotions. You want every play to be perfect. When things don't go your way, you're like, you just got 10 completions in a row. You get 1 completion, you're going crazy. You want everything to be perfect, right? So I'm watching the game, and then I'm like, okay, Joe, you turned the ball over. X, okay. But were you able to move the ball? Were y'all able to move the ball? And I was like, you know what? We were able to move the ball on this Bills defense. The issue was the turnovers. I mean, he threw one turnover to the end zone at Curtis Samuels. We got to the goal line, then punched it in fourth down, and he threw another turnover as we were moving the ball on the first drive. So I was like, okay, cool. Now we got to fix up the turnovers. Then I looked at the defense. They put up 37 points. And I'm like, Joe, going into the fourth quarter, y'all had 4 turnovers and the score was 16-0. 4 turnovers and they had 16 points. One was a touchdown, all field goals. And you tell me that's good defense on a high-power Buffalo Bills offense. Now, did they convert on some third downs that I didn't like? Yes, but that's going to happen when you playing a quarterback like Josh Allen. I expected. I even said I made a video and I said we got to learn how to contain Josh Allen when he creates time and buys time for his receivers. I do think that first run on third down he had on the first drive, it killed us. And that pass to Stephon Diggs on third down was nice. I'm not going to lie. The one he created time, that was nice. But I felt like we did a great job defensively. And then eventually the defense folded because they kept getting put in bad situations. Like they kept getting the ball in their territory and stuff like that. So I thought the defense played well. Now, Sam Howell. Sam Howell issue got 2 issues right now. Number one, we don't have an offensive line. That's great, but he holds the ball too long. And that's something we know. He holds the ball too long. And our clock is that ticking clock. And then when I'm realizing, right, I watched the all 22s last week. I think that he probably is following his first read too much, like too long. You feel me? Like you gotta move on to the next read. Not saying he's not going through the progressions, he is, but he's holding the ball too long. All right. So that's something that he could fix, and I think he will fix. So I'm not glad this happened, but I'm glad it happened. It's kind of like get the dirt out right now. Let's get it out right now. He threw 4 interceptions. What did he do? Now we got something to look at whenever we want to go back to how we need to fix this. So I'm glad this happened before the Eagles game. I'm glad this didn't happen during the Eagles game. So I felt like I know for a fact we would be much cleaner versus Philly. We would not have no 5 turnovers and like that against Philly. But on the bright side, I'm still feeling good about this team. About that? I'm definitely sure.
Dave.
Joe is right. Their defense was put in a lot of bad positions because of the turnovers that Sam Howell had created. I think my only thing about this defense is back-to-back weeks your defense have allowed 30 points. So that's something that definitely needs to get fixed. I do believe your pass rush is still pretty good enough to be able to get to the quarterback. But the Bills' offensive line just had a good job of being able to protect Josh Allen. I mean, he created some opportunities when he was under duress and it was close to getting to a sack. So I mean, that's Josh Allen. He's gonna do what he got to do. But the Bills have a running game. They just don't use their running backs enough. Because James Cook had some really good carries in that game. I think he averaged maybe 4.5 yards to carry. He was doing pretty good. I mean, Stephon Diggs is going to do what Stephon Diggs does. I just wasn't expecting Sam Howell to throw 4 interceptions. I think that was the biggest thing for me. I wasn't expecting that at all. But it's week 3. And there weren't too many people that expected the Commanders to be 2-1, better, let alone 3-0. So I don't think it's too much cause for concern, but that defense that offense needs to do enough to allow that defense to be able to play the way that they need to be. So the offensive line has to be able to protect Sam Howell good enough, but Sam Howell cannot hold on the ball that long. He can't. He's been sacked 19 times in the season already. That's the most of any quarterback. And I can say maybe about 10 or 11 of those have been on him. So he has to do it. He has to do a lot better holding the ball and getting through his reads, not holding the ball too long, and then not seeing ghosts when there's nothing to see. That's another thing as well, because that's something that Sam Darnold does, and I don't think you want to have a comparison to Sam Darnold when it comes to that.
But what do you mean
So,
by seeing ghosts though?
like, when I'm saying seeing ghosts is like when your offense is holding you up, you are rushing yourself out of the pocket when you don't need to be. I seen it
I don't
maybe
think
about
he's doing the opposite of that. That's his issue. He's sitting in the pocket too long.
no. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying he did it all game, but it was like 2 or 3 plays I saw. That was like, all right, you didn't have to run up, because I think he ran into a side maybe like 2 or 3 times in that game. But like I said, it's just his 4th game. He's still pretty much a rookie, so I don't expect too much from him. But I didn't expect that bad of a game that game.
Man, you got Brock Purdy.
He also got the best offensive line too.
Who?
I have 2 of the best offensive linemen. I don't have the best
I
offensive
was
line.
about to say that right side still.
That right side is very questionable.
He got
Trust
one of the best offensive lines in the league. So Sam Howell got pressured 77% of the time last night.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, 9 times. Of course, you're gonna get the ball up at least 4 times. And Dave, you kind of took one of my points where you talking about seeing ghosts, but I'm coming more so from the mindset of you're getting sacked so many times that you're not even reading the coverages anymore, and you're just throwing the ball up. And you're just like that one play where he scrambled out of the pocket and he still tried to make a play. I don't know if it was Dotson or a tight end, and the lineman just jumped up, took the ball, and it was a pick 6. It was like, look, how you made a big play in the beginning of the game when you ran for, I forgot how long the run was, but you got y'all in the red zone off of that one scramble. It was like, look, just sometimes it's okay to just either throw the ball away or slide, get the 1 yard. It is what it is. Like sometimes that's okay. For me, you're gonna laugh at this one, Joe. But there's this thing about in Dallas about Dak and the interceptions that he don't see. And that's when the linemen play tricks on him. And those are the ones that's real concerning if you're a quarterback. And that's what it was for Sam Howell. It's like, all right, you're still young, and linebackers and safeties can trick you easily. They'll show you one thing and then boom, do something else. And meanwhile, your offensive line not giving him the time to like actually process this. So, like you said, he does read his first read is 9 times out of 10 is probably Terry, and he like, oh man, is he going to get open? Is he going to get open? Holding on to the ball too long. Come on, get open. Then he tried to throw it away. It's an interception, or he tried to run. For me, I really wanted these stats to be flipped. I wanted that to be Josh Allen, and you know why. You really know why. Because if you're in the chats, then you know why. But other than that, Josh Allen actually played a pretty good game. Like, we got to give the Bills some credit here. This was one of those games where it seemed like this was a team chemistry type game. Sound like we got some breaking news.
Got an update on the game tonight. Devin White and Vita Vea are both playing tonight.
Okay. It's gonna be a long night.
Careful like that.
Now he already threw his excuses out there for them. But
he expected Vita Vea to be playing.
Yeah. But with them, they actually look, for one, the pass game was working. The run game, they was actually running the ball when they needed to run the ball. Josh Allen, when he ran the ball, he wasn't doing nothing crazy as far as trying to jump over linemen. He was actually making precise runs in the pocket. So technically, some people would call this a pharmacy game for the Bills. This is what they needed to do. Hate that it had to be you all, but this is the game they needed to get all the medicine out the way, clear up some of those illnesses that they had in those first 2 games, like with the Jets and, the 4 turnover games. Like, he's slowly but surely understanding that he needs to protect the ball. Stephon Diggs is a weapon, and you can actually rely on your run game. Boom. Then the defense getting takeaways the way they at the rate they were, and Von Miller's coming back now. So now it's like we putting a mix together, and the Bills is like, all right, we see what Miami doing. I think they play Miami next. So they definitely need to hurry up and get it together. So this was one of those games to prepare them to go down and play the Dolphins. Washington, it was just a bad day. Simply, just flat out bad day. Off your offensive line, Dave said it, 19 sacks. Something has to work there. Your defense is clearly at a new level. Chase is back. You already know what the front four going to give you. Your linebackers is stepping up. Your secondary is still a little iffy, but again, week 3, week 4, go on. I think after this Eagles game, you all will be all right.
Yeah, so like I think the Buffalo Bills got their act together against the Raiders. Last week, they had Cook had 140 rushing yards that game. And Josh Allen, they beat them like 30-something to 10. They rout them. They destroyed them. and I think the Raiders score first. Right?
Yeah,
So
Jimmy Garoppolo led them down the field to score the first touchdown. That was
yeah,
pretty much it for them.
Devontae Adams, get it. So this game, I felt like Josh Allen played almost a perfect game, bro. Like I really thought his decision making was precise. It was really good. He was accurate on his throws. He bought time. I mean, he's that type of quarterback. He's like at his best, he can be one of the best, in like top 2 in the league for real, behind Mahomes. But he does have his downfalls too. And with Sam Howell, I do disagree the fact that he see ghosts. I think that's a wrong term. I think seeing ghosts is more so freezing up, like you freezing up in the pocket. I don't think he's freezing up at all. His issue is he's holding the ball too long. And then as the game goes on, and this is any quarterback, the score is what, 23-0. It was like 6 minutes left. He threw that pick six. Now at that point, you're pressing. Kind of that's how I felt about Dak Prescott when he threw that. Like now you're pressing. Like time. So yeah, no, for real though. Like you got 6 minutes left. It's like I gotta make something happen fast. That's why Gibson spent like 4 times and then fumbled. I'm like, dude, just get down. So like that game I look at is all right, bro. Like scratch it up, throw away. We're gonna keep the tape because we gotta watch this, but L is an L. Like 3 points, 1 point, 31-37. I watched the Patriots lose like 35-0 first game of the season against the Chiefs, and they went to the Super Bowl that year. So my thing is, don't panic. And I like the fact our quarterback is poised. He ain't one of them dudes that's like up and down. And then we got Eric Bieniemy. Like you said, the offensive line, this is Eric Bieniemy's job to make this work with this offensive line. It's his job to do that. So I'm looking forward to the Eagles game now.
Dave, you got anything you want to add to that?
Nope.
Let's roll right into these Instagrams. Let's talk about these chats. Chat it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am what people call David Shefty because I've given all the news that goes on in sports today. People may or may not know this, but a lot of GMs are expecting a Damian Lillard trade to happen sooner rather than later. And right now, from what I'm hearing, the Toronto Raptors are the lead team to be able to land them. They are interested in Grady Dick out of Kansas, who they drafted this year. So that could be something that come on, y'all.
Nah, Fat Joe, man. It was Fat Joe. I'm sorry.
Y'all got chill. Y'all got chill. But yeah. And then I actually just posted that there's a fight going on in boxing soon. The WBC has ordered a super middleweight title fight between mandatory challenger Shadeja Green and former champion Franchon Cruz Dezern. So that's a fight that's happening soon. Date has not been announced yet, but that's a fight going on soon in boxing. But this is what I do every single day. But in order to get this information, we're not live all day, every day. So you're not going to get it on the show all the time. But we do it on the chats every single time. And these chats are on Instagram. And these chats, some are combined, some are not, but I'm going to tell you what it is. So you have the NBA mixed in with the WNBA. The WNBA playoffs are still going on right now. So let's see what's going to happen. Right now, the Aces are the favorites to win everything all. So we'll see how that goes. And then NFL, we just went over a few NFL topics. We have some more to go over soon. So make sure you tune into that. Major League Baseball. Wild Card Weekend is coming up pretty soon. We don't know who's going to win the World Series. Looks like Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to be the MVP. So that's something to look forward to. And then college football, Joe just talked about Oregon and Colorado. Colorado now has to go play USC.
I'm watching that.
Although I'm rooting for Colorado, I expect another loss. And then you got college basketball, men and women. College basketball is not that far away. It's maybe about 4 weeks away, 4 or 5 weeks away before college basketball starts. Shout out to Duke. And then you got college basketball. You got boxing. I already said college basketball. You got boxing with UFC and WWE. Something's going to happen soon. WD has released a lot of people from the WWE and UFC. Adesanya has been called out by someone who used to fight. I can't remember his name. And then Shakur Stevenson has a fight now that's coming up but a lot of people wanted him to fight Tank. We'll see if that happens now or not, but that's what it is. In order to get any of these, you would have to be in the IG chats. We'll talk about what it takes to get those IG chats now. Tomo, it's on you.
See, it would be, but we doing a reroute, Audible,
Yeah.
Omaha.
Nah, I didn't mean now. I meant to say.
Oh no, Omaha.
Day, you know, I know Tom was having a bad day, you know, bad weekend. So I'm gonna introduce the topic. I know it's kind of hard for him to talk about the game, so I got him. But by the way, boxing episode coming soon. My man Tom, I'm gonna be hosting that. Y'all know we got the Canelo fight in Charlo right this weekend. So, all right, Cowboys go against the Arizona Cardinals, same team that played the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders and suffered 2 losses to both of those teams, while having a lead in both of those games. Turn around, play a home game against the Dallas Cowboys. They rolled up in there 2-0. A lot of power rankings ranked them number 1. Defense, number 1 defense, loading, ... We'll say that a lot in the chat. Trayvon Diggs injury happened a few days ago. Team is expired. Inspired. Team is inspired.
Wow. Called the bad milk, y'all.
Team is inspired. Tom will come to the show, you know, and he was hyped. He said they're going to do it for Trayvon Diggs. And then they go to Arizona and they lose by 12 points. So, Tomo, what was your reaction to that game?
Well, first of all, maybe I was more hyped than the actual team, because when I said they should go out there and do it for Trayvon, they must have not got the message. Meanwhile, Stephon went to DC and said, I'm going to play for my brother, and he got 111 yards. So clearly, 2 people was on the same page, and the team wasn't. You know, that's one. Let me take this off right quick. So I wore this shirt, right? I wore this shirt on CTC. Again, this is from my flag football team. You know, pull me for a good time. That's the name of it. This is our jerseys, right? I don't know if it's, I'm going to stay right here because I don't know about the FCC Airways, right? So look, when you're a part of a team that's known for like dominating, because technically that's what we were doing on Saturdays. We were dominating teams, but there will also be them Saturdays where you show up flat, where you just wake up and be like, you know what, we're better than this team. We're just going to win. Then you come out and just get ran all over the field, and then you're looking at each other on the sideline like, I know we better than this. Mm-hmm. So I can say that about my flag football team, but I can't say that about this Cowboys team. You want to know why? It's a song that we always post in there. I mostly post it all the time. Same old song. All around the world, it's the same old song. When this team went out and beat the Giants, I expected it. When this team went out and beat the Jets without Aaron Rodgers, I thought we were going to beat that team. I said we were going to lose if Aaron Rodgers plays, but I changed my pick because Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing. They went out, dominated, stopped the run. Stopped the run in both of those games. However, they always find a way to lose the game with the most expectations. And I knew Joe was going to like me saying that because that's the one thing he says about Dak Prescott. When the expectations are on the Dallas Cowboys to win, what do? Lose. 12.5-point favorites, right? So you're like, cool. 12.5 points. They should get 13. No other team has been scoring over 10 points, right? I said it on the show. 10 points. Joe made sure everything I said ever on 2 episodes, Joe made sure I relived that on Sunday. He's like, hey, that 10 points, Samo. Then they missed the field goal. So I'm like, 9. As soon as I said they said, joke's on you, 15. Like, there you go. Now what y'all gonna do? Dallas kicks the field goal. Complete opposite. The teams were complete opposites. Of course, our O-line was kind of depleted, but again, it's the NFL, no excuses. The Cardinals came out and ran the ball so effectively. They had 180 yards in the first half of the game. The first half. That is insane. The Dallas defense was so discombobulated that they was pushing people around. He's like, no, you need to go over there. No, you need to stand right here. Leaving gaps about as open as the Nile River, you know, when Moses and them had to cross over. That's how much open space was out there. Then also, I sat down about halftime. I said, we're going to come back. Didn't happen. I looked up. I said, are we playing the Cardinals or Tony? Because they letting the Cardinals get whatever they want. So as a Cowboy fan, of course, like Joe said, there's a lot of mixed emotions. You're going to look at it and be like, man, this that same old team. Here they go again. Or you're going to look at it and say, well, we really got something to build on. And going into this Patriots game, hopefully we can fix that. Well, there's only one thing about this team that they need to fix. It's called discipline. There's no discipline on this team. You're talking about 13 penalties for 107 yards. Now, I expected that from the offensive side because you got rookies in there on the offensive line. So you're going to get false starts. You're going to get some holding. Cool. But defense, like, what are you doing? False starts? I mean, all sides? Like, how are you getting all sides? All of y'all are vets. Michael Parsons, how are you getting in all sides? Like, they were so eager to get to the quarterback that it didn't work. Josh Dobbs, he played us last year on Thursday night against the Titans. Let me tell you those stats, right? So that he was like 20 for 39, 232 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They almost won that game, but they lost because we got that turnover. He ran for 12 yards. He said, you know what, this Dallas team, that's easy money, bro. I seen this same secondary. And Trayvon out there. Watch this. Deron Bland, Gilmore. We got Marquise, bro. We got Hollywood. He gonna run it up. Gilmore over there. We gonna run it up because he can't chase us. He didn't even do that much. 17 for 21, 181. No turnovers, 1 touchdown. They only scored like what, 2 touchdowns technically. Killed us, man. They killed us out there. That defense let me down. Dak Prescott in that last minute, we talked about pressing. Like, bro, your name is Prescott. Don't press. It's okay, bro. You could have just threw the ball to the end zone and lived for another day, but nope, you still had to make a play. And that's why I talk about the interceptions that you don't see. The linebacker fake left, came right, picked it off. Good night. Guys, take it away.
For me, I guess the only thing I can really talk about is that rushing defense. Rushing defense allowed 222 yards yesterday, 7.4 yards a carry. That's not good. It's almost the same thing as last year. Your rushing defense, matter of fact, the last few years, your rushing defense has been the biggest issue. I know some of your Cowboys fans thought that y'all addressed that in the draft this year with some of the defensive linemen that you drafted, but to me, it doesn't look like it made any. It doesn't look like it made any difference. Micah was still able to cause havoc, but it didn't mean anything from what he did yesterday. Of course, you missed your best cornerback, Trayvon Diggs, not being there, but you still have Stephon Gilmore, who's still a pretty good cornerback at this point in his career, and it just didn't work out for y'all. Dak Prescott had played a pretty clean game until the end. He got in the red zone and threw an interception right then and there, and like in the chat fashion, that got killed in the chat for that. And I mean, it was a bad moment, so it's rightfully deserved. I didn't expect the Cowboys to lose to the Cardinals, especially not to a backup quarterback in Joshua Dobbs. I did forget that he did start for the Titans last year when he played against them. But that rushing defense got to get better. If this is supposed to be the best defense in the league, from what y'all did in the beginning, your rushing defense has to get better. You can't allow 222 yards and 7.4 yards a carry, almost 8 yards a carry, and expect your defense to be enough for you to be able to reach to the point to where you want to get to. So, yeah, that's just my honest opinion on that game. You on mute, Joe.
Joe, you started off just like our offense. There you go.
I was watching that game and they went up early. I'm like, yeah, I know. It looks good right now. There's no way they're going to keep this lead. And they got a bigger lead. I'm like, okay. Halftime, they got the lead still. I'm like, you know what? I've seen this story before. Also, the Giants come back from 20-0 against the same team. And, like, when they got that last touchdown, Hollywood Brown on Gilmore, who is my biggest surprise on y'all right now. I mean, Gilmore was brought there to be this elite receiver. And I spoke highly of him going to y'all. Tomo was talking trash about him. And I'm like, Tomo, huh?
Elite corner, you said receiver.
My bad. I mean, which one is he? You know, like, you know, but like Stephon Gilmore, you supposed to be an elite corner. Trayvon Diggs go down, you supposed to step up and say, I got this, y'all. And Hollywood Brown cooked them for 2 key plays. It was a third down that he got a first down on Stephon Gilmore. And then a touchdown he got on Stephon Gilmore. And he flashed the gold teeth and all that stuff. I'm like, dang, Stephon Gilmore. And then I ain't forget Stephon Gilmore. You got cooked in the last game against the Jets. But I let that alone because of Garrett Wilson. But this is sounding to be this continuing thing you got going on here, man. You got to fix that. Bland, pass interference, PI. Curse, where did he go? Which way did he? Come on, what are you doing? What Curse doing? And lastly, what's the other Curse? The other safety you got? What's his name? What's his name?
Malik Hooker, go ahead, man.
Him. What is he doing? Like, on that bomb, what is he doing? So here's another problem. It's been alarming, and you always say this. Y'all red zone offense. Y'all made 5 red zone trips and got 1 touchdown. I mean, dang, like, come on now. And look, this is alarming. Listen to this. Dak Prescott in the red zone this year. He's 11 for 24 inside of 20, 45% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Inside the 10, Tomo and Dave, this is crazy. Dak Prescott inside the 10 is 3 from 12 on the field, 25%, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. 25% is tied for the 3rd worst in the NFL. The only people that's worse than him right now is Derek Carr, Gardner Minshew, who played 1 game, and Zach Wilson. So y'all issues the red zone. It's the red zone, and then Michael Parsons, don't run into me. Don't run this way. I'm gonna show you what Michael Parsons at. Okay, get it. What DeMarcus Lawrence at? Okay, get it. So that rushing attack, man, I don't know, but y'all did have injuries on the offensive line. I understand that. Dak actually played a very decent game up until that interception. I'll give you that. But he was very conservative, kind of Jalen Hurts like, you know what I mean? Not taking a lot of deep shots. Not until the late in the 4th quarter when y'all was making that comeback, he threw one at Gallup and the CD, even though CD pushed off. Anyways, but that interception was bad though. And I think it's because he was pressing. So I wouldn't be worried if I was you, but y'all gotta fix that red zone issue.
All right, so let me address a few things here. You know, the Cowboy fan here, I can't say everything. I gotta let my brothers get some points off. So 1, we kind of did show up the rush defense as far as if you're running directly at us. If you go back and watch that game, the Cardinals was doing a lot of stunts, twists, turns, all that. And everyone was every which way. So kind of like how you really take Michael Parsons out of a football game is send a wave of blocks towards him. So now he has to fight through several people to try to get there. Again, this is also why I said it's only week 2. Let's chill out on the Michael Parsons MVP thing, because it'll take a game like this where he gets washed out and everyone will start second guessing it. It's like, if you really want to be the player that you say you are, you have to find ways to get past that. Bosa does it, Watt does it, Garrett does it. So if you want to be in a conversation with these guys, it's all fine and dandy when the defense is flying around and everyone's getting sacks and the quarterback is running for his life. Cool, but you gotta learn how to beat some of these stunts or some of these twists. Like, he can do it when there's 1 lineman, 2 linemen. All right, cool, I can jump over it. Meanwhile, but if it's an RPO and nobody knows where the ball is at, he gets lost. There was really one play where Curse like stood up and looked at Dotson. They were looking at each other, and the running back was back here going for 40. And I was like, bruh, you didn't see him hand the ball off? That happens. Also, the big play with Malik Hooker, that happens when Diggs is not here. You got your young cornerback and Bland, who is good in the slot, but technically he is an outside corner. You get a couple PIs, it throws you off. So now you're like, all right, I got to shed just a little bit to help him out. Now you shed it too much, and you got a tight end running down for like 50 yards, and now they're in the red zone. So it is it's just a wake-up call. It's technically a major wake-up call because, again, Philly's going to do this. The 49ers are going to do this. Like, those are the 2 teams that you said you want to be up there with, right? They can do this effectively. I said it about CMC. As long as he's on the field, the 49ers have a chance to win the game. It doesn't matter because they will run the ball. And they will run it a million times. Philly gonna do the same thing. So you just got to get used to it. Diggs ain't coming back, bro. He's not coming back. So there's no more excuses. Well, till next year.
2 of their big plays came off of like mixed personnel. Like they had a running back. I'm saying tripping. They had Moore, the receiver, line up as a running back 1 play, and he got a big play off that. And they had the other receiver line up as a tight end.
Yeah.
And, like little stuff that wasn't recognized by the Cowboys. But if I were a Cowboys fan, I wouldn't trip. But I would defensively, I wouldn't trip. But I would say y'all got to get better in the red zone because y'all should have won that game, even though y'all had all those penalties and mishaps and all that stuff. They was rising dazzling y'all, like you said. They hit y'all with a reverse counter, and they had like 3 people blocking Parsons on the left side, and they ran right.
And it's also because Rain need to start using his feet more. Like he gonna say it in the post. He did it once, but when you in the red zone and you clearly see it's not working, you got to make something happen there. Like it is what it is, man. But that's why you said, if you was a Cowboy fan, you're not worried about it. Me being a Cowboy fan and the knowledge and stuff that I follow with the team, I'm a little concerned. I'm not worried, but I am concerned because no team like that should get you off your A game. If you're the team that you say you want to be. This is why I said, Micah, you need to relax because you can talk like that. But if everybody else ain't following what you saying, then it's just you talking. So
yeah, I can tell you was frustrated. Him and CD were mad yesterday.
He gotta grow up. Let's get off the air because y'all about to have some clips, man. Nah, I'm good. Let's finish this episode, man.
Yeah, let's get it. All right, Tomo. I mean, you already pumped up and fired up. Go ahead and tell them about how to join these chats and become a member.
Man, if you really want to get on my bad side, click the link in these descriptions, man, so y'all can become a member. I don't even know why you talking about Philly wrote the blueprint. Man, ain't no blueprint. It's the Arizona grass. I should have blamed the grass. Yeah, we did. I should have blamed the grass. We were slipping and sliding out there. But since y'all need to listen to me.
They weren't Arizona in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, and they need to listen to me and slip and slide right into that description. Click that link, man, so you can become a member today, man. We got 4 tiers, 4 levels. That's crazy. We got 3 levels, just like defense, linebacker, secondary. Think about it. So if you want to get down in the trenches on the pro level for $2.99 a month, you can get in one sports chat. You get priority comments and loyalty badges next to your name in the comments. But if you like, you know what? I want to be the next Ray Lewis. I could be Roquan Smith. And you want to join that all-star level for $4.99. Oh, Fred Warner. My bad. Fred Warner, one of the best linebackers in the game.
No. You good. I was frowning at something else. You good.
Oh, no, you helped me remember, though. Yeah, he's like, hold up, bro. He got an interception from Dak, too. Anyway, $4.99 all-star level. You get the same perks from the pro level because you still a team member. You get member-only videos. We got the member-only content coming out, man. I'm telling you, that weekly content between these Ravens and Steelers, man, it makes the weeks a little bit better, just to know that you're about to watch another episode where people get to critique their opposing, let's say division foes games, even though they're not playing each other. They really get to break down each other's film, which is interesting. You get to join multiple chats. So instead of being in one, you get to join multiple chats, request a topic or segment nominee. The segments are You Done Son, Not So Average Top 5, and Dave's Doghouse. Shout out to Dave's Doghouse last week. And we got the superstar level.
I beat you to it.
Yeah.
The competition continues.
Go ahead, Tom. You're already talking. Go ahead.
Okay. We got my man Vaughn with the $4.99. I knew you was gonna say something. Said, don't ever mention Miles or Bosa with what? Which one?
Woo. Hold on. Let Dave read this. Sorry, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
I read most of it.
Shout out to Vaughn. $4.99 super chat. Shout out to Vaughn and the Steel Curtain. Don't ever mention Miles or Bosa with Watt. They ain't on his level. 20 sacks loading, DPOY, best defender in the league. Vaughn, I don't care about none of that. 30-7. That's all I gotta say.
Y'all did play week 1. Man. That's what I'm saying. So with the members only content, that's it right there. You literally get to see. We also do primetime games, so it ain't just the fact that we got Ravens and Steelers. I know next week gonna be very, very interesting because we got Eagles and Commanders. So that members only video, the content only gonna go up. That's all I'm saying. Make sure y'all click that link in the description, man. And then if you want to be like, you think you primetime Dion or you one of these great safeties that's out there, and you want to be a superstar, $9.99 a month. You get the same perks from the all-star level and the pro level. You get to join the R2L chat. You get to be a guest on the show. Look, man, he is turned up right now. Don't you got a show coming on, man? Like, relax.
Exactly. Focus on the Ravens. You clearly couldn't focus on us because y'all only put up 7 points.
Oh, they ain't got Dave out of shell. See why you need to be a member to be in the R2L chat? This is the Dave y'all get, man. And you get to be a guest on the show. So you get to come on the show and actually talk about one of the topics or participate in one of the segments if you threw one out there. Or if not, you can still participate in it. And you get awards and plaques to the top performance. So that's based upon the episode that you are on. Don't say you're gonna get an award because you're a member. You're gonna get an award if you come on the show and that episode is turned up. All right. We don't do participation trophies over here. We just say thank you. And you get member shout outs. Clearly, shout out Devon because he's turned up right now. He gave us a super chat. He's one of our superstar members as well. Jerry, Donnell, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach. And I always say you because you need to click the link in the description and join because it's turned up, man. Football season, NBA, MLB, boxing, like all the chats is going up. College football, college basketball, college football, go Terps. I got one win this weekend. Like, take it away.
Carl got 2 L's. Dang. So you telling me Carl got 2 L's this week? Dang.
I might need to join the members only tonight so I can get my jokes off.
Yeah. So yeah, Vaughn and Carl's show got postponed to tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Because the Eagles game, it's going to interfere with the Eagles game. So we all gonna be in there instead of we all gonna be. I'm locked in with that Eagles game. Like I know right now.
I'm locked in too.
Trent, get a bus of pep talks.
Dave, you gonna be on the members only tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be available.
Oh, okay.
Members only for Giovanna?
I'll be available.
Oh, okay. Well, they got their own beat, but we can get you on another one you want to. Who y'all play? Y'all play the Giants? Oh, we ain't no Giants. Who y'all play next week?
We play the
Cardinals.
Oh, I mean, you could.
Now the week after it's the Cowboys.
Come on now.
There it is. All right, just wait for that then, Dave. Wait for that.
I don't know why, but come on.
Too, right?
You know it is.
Let's go, man.
Is it prime? It might be. If it's not prime time, it's prime time on Sunday.
I got a bet on that game with Worm and Cardo too.
Worm and Cardo?
I got some last words. I got some last words too. But let's talk about this quick news right quick because y'all clearly know we got a game coming up in like another hour or so. So we got to pick, man, who we got winning, Eagles or the Bucks. Joe.
I'm going with the Bucks. I'm going out on a limb. Now, look, I had the Eagles losing to the Patriots week 1. And the Patriots fumbled the bat, not kicking 2 field goals in a row. So I had the Eagles and Commanders meeting at 2-1. So I'm going to roll with the Bucks. I think the Bucks going to do a great job with that running game. I think they're going to limit their turnovers, which they have been doing all year. They're playing at home, prime time. The crowd's going to be ecstatic. So I'm going to pick the Bucks to go 3-0.
Dave?
You know what's crazy? No one said that the Bucks were one of the most surprising teams, and they are 2-0.
Yeah, I was thinking about them too, but I was thinking about them too.
So,
but the coach was surprising.
But I think that ends tonight. I got the Eagles winning this game. That's the if a surprise for me. I got the Eagles winning this game. I wouldn't be shocked, but I got the Eagles winning this game.
Look, man, there's a few wide receivers that aren't happy with their current situations. Amari Cooper caught a couple passes, so he might be happy now. But Mike Evans is catching passes, but he still don't seem like he's happy over there. So that's the reason why I'm picking the Eagles because I hope one of these receivers get traded. You know, Devontae Adams. You know, it's a lot of things going on, but at all. And he's clearly voicing it way more than Jimmy Garoppolo can actually get a pass off. Like he's quicker to tell him they don't like the Raiders than he is than Jimmy G can get a win. But I'm going with the Eagles, man. Like you can't go wrong with that defensive line. Like Baker Mayfield is nice. The Bucks have been surprising. You are right. Like that NFC South was slept on outside of Joe saying the Falcons was gonna be good. But yeah, I gotta go with the Eagles, man. So they proved me wrong. It looks ugly, but they win it. So
by the way, Mike Evans said he loves Baker Mayfield. They all say they love Baker Mayfield. So
they said they love his energy.
Oh, so that changed. I guess it was the organization. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, he wasn't happy in the
Browns.
There is a report in basketball that I just got. The Warriors have not made any extension offers to Klay Thompson just yet.
Oh, They also see Kerr said he ain't making a decision on CP3 starting either. But dang, see, it's about winning today.
Jordan Poole star for the Wizards. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's get these last words in. Commanders, 2-1. Don't need to panic. Well, they ain't panicking. I listened to Ron Rivera's press conference. I listened to Sam Howell's press conference. They good. They're going to learn from this. Eagles next. Remember last time happened when the Eagles went to Philly? I should go so I can guarantee this win. I should go to the game because I'm 1-0 when I go to the NFL game, by the way. Undefeated. But Commanders, I'm excited about the future. I think we're still going to win 11 games and win this division. Sacramento Kings, I'm really, really excited about y'all. Yeah, I know the preseason starts on the 5th of October. It's coming up. It's coming up, baby. Dave, your 49ers ring, live with it. Because when we get to basketball, baby, back to winning ways with the Kings, baby. Where my bell at? Hey, y'all gonna be hey. When we play Miami, I gotta look that up. We play Miami. We owe Tyler Hero that cheating traveling name call. We owe him.
He might not even be there.
Well, whoever there, I don't care. Tyler Hero, I don't care who it is. There it is. But yeah, winning ways are coming soon, right? With the Commanders and the Kings will be one of the best teams in the NBA this year. Let's watch. I'm telling you, I'm so pumped about this year.
He lied.
I ain't say Jordan Poole. I said the Kings. All right. Hashtag Swiper MVP season. Light the beat. Let's go. Let's go, Commanders.
For me, shout out to Vaughn, my guy, for the shirt. He had made a bet to me that the Steelers were going to beat us in week 1, and that clearly didn't happen. So
he lied.
Got me a shirt for that. I got some other bets coming up soon with the Cowboys. I got another one with Tay about Purdy and Deshaun Watson. Purdy is winning that right now by a large margin. So we'll see how that finishes up. I mean, Deshaun Watson is considered the better quarterback because he's been here long enough, and he's already thrown for 4,000 yards and led the league of passing before, but that was a few years ago. So we'll see how that goes. Eagles fans, week 13. As Bar Scott would say, can't wait.
Okay.
Dave put the man in a doghouse and stole his quote. Golly, man. I know he's sick in the doghouse. He's like, hey, man, you gonna do that? Look, man, at the end of the day, man, it's week 3. You're gonna take your L's. We got a lot of season to go, I mean, for any fan, like I said, of football, I said it a week too early. Enjoy the wins while they last, because you don't know how many you're gonna get. And it's the losing side. This is a part of life. You gotta take your lumps, your bruises, you go back, you watch the film, you get better, and you prepare for next week. It is what it is. We don't play on Monday night, we play it on Sunday. 24-hour rule. If I can celebrate all day on Monday when we win, I can take my L like a man, bounce back, because I ain't out there playing just as a fan and talking trash. But hey, Dak, the same way I got that message. Hold on, my phone was going off, man. The red zone called and said,
how come you don't want me, man?
like, I need to score. Like, come on. Zeke over here talking about he ready to run some touchdowns. Stand up. And also for the fans in the chats, don't worry about where my other Cowboy fans be at, all right? All right, like I said, I'm the mayor. I speak for the people. And then when it's time for them to show up, they show up.
Keep running, keep running.
I got breaking news for the game tonight. I said this earlier, and
AJ
now
Brown
it's
starting at
official.
tight end. Oh.
Joe Burrow is playing tonight.
Let's get it. I thought that was some of the Eagles. but yeah, talk to your boys, man. They were hitting the running man during the chat in the Cowboys game, but was camping a fire was doing the Commanders game in the chat. Like, I don't like that.
Hey, I'm the only Niners fan in the chat at the moment, so I got to be there no matter what.
Man, we know your team good there, man. You ain't got to tell us twice.
Well, all I'm saying
He's
is
killing right now. He's feeling good.
All I'm saying is when a loss happens, just know I'm going to be there no matter what.
That's everybody, yo. For the most
We'll be
part.
there in week 15.
We could I must say we could put a bet on that game because I don't see that happening.
What week 15? Oh, you thought it was my us?
Yeah.
I got us chopped up with the L against y'all though. I picked that. But somebody said I'm a Niner. Look, somebody a Niner.
Hey, who that?
That's AI.
It is though.
Hey,
That's a computer at Amazon.
become a member.
One.
Become a member so you can join the IG chats. That could be my nephew. That could be my nephew.
My man
That
said
could
I'm
be my
AI 101. But yeah. But look, we appreciate y'all for sticking to the end. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all the next episode.